Happy Saturday, ARK players, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we've got some more news on the Aberration launch and also news on the Unreal Engine 5 upgrades, FSR 3.1 and everything like that. It was a really cool community crunch. They came in with so much information about what's happening. Obviously, we got the launch of Aberration on Wednesday next week, which is so exciting. I wish it was over the weekend. A lot of people have been saying the same. But obviously, Jat has actually got some information. We haven't talked about any information from Jat in since the launch of ARK Survival Ascended, so it's cool that he's hopped in the Discord. Now, if you do enjoy today's video, as always, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. That would mean the world to me. And let's dive in with today's video. So pretty much, Jat has covered some information in the Discord about all of the things that you need to know about launches and stuff. So pretty much someone said, why couldn't you have got Aberration launched over the weekend? It would be so much better rather than releasing it next week on Wednesday. And Jack goes on to say, to be honest, for launches, our team does have capacity to launch through a weekend. But the reason it is scary is if something requires a console update, and then we might be stuck until Microsoft/Sony are back in the office, or there's an issue with Steam or Epic. Is that Epic Online Services? Yeah. Whomever, they might not be able to put a lot of attention onto it until the working week begins. And then things like 3-day weekends are even tougher because we folks are often away for 3 to 5 days. So we'll usually play it safer with a weekday release. And to be honest, I think this is completely acceptable. I was about to say unacceptable, completely acceptable. I don't think weekend launches are great. I feel like people call for weekend launches and then anything could go wrong, as they said. I do think a Friday launch is cool. But obviously, if they do launch something on Friday and anything goes wrong, again, they're going to have the same problem. So I think, with Aberration being a Wednesday launch, I think it's perfect because you get to launch it and then you've got 2 working days to make sure there's nothing that's gone wrong. And if there is, you can sort it out very quickly. And then people can enjoy it over the weekend. So I think that's what I'm looking forward to the most. Having Wednesday, Thursday, Friday to grind out. And then obviously everyone's got the weekend to be able to enjoy it. So yeah, that's going to be very fun next week. Jet also goes on to say NVIDIA DLSS or Unreal's native TSR will work with frame interpolation from AMD, by the way. We're still working on the FSR upscaler, so that won't be available at launch. It has some visual issues. So the FSR upscale will not be coming with the Aberration launch. This will be later down the line for anyone who is wondering. And then anyways, so someone said, I'm just worried since Ascended will completely switch to FSR, a version of DLSS and frame generation, but for all GPUs, I guess. I don't know about it, but in YouTube, some peeps say that DLSS has a higher image quality because of the AI being used. I think AMD uses another method to fill in frames. And Jat said DLSS is still supported and will be used with AMD's FI because FSR 3.1 decouples the upscaler from the frame interpolation. With the launch, will support native TSR plus AMD FI and also DLSS and AMD FI. We're still working on implementing the AMD FSR upscaler as it had visual artifacting that we need to resolve. So I hope this is kind of summarizing a lot of stuff to people about what's going on. And then it says, you don't suppose the minimum requirements for ARK Survival Ascended will change after the update? And Jack goes on to say, I mean, it will run better on objectively lower-end hardware, but we're planning more work in the future to specifically target lower-end hardware, which is what Wildcard have said they're going to be doing future updates towards the end of 2024 to make sure people, even on the lowest of graphics cards, can run a lower version of ARK Survival Ascended and still enjoy it. So yeah, that's the information from Jat. Big shout out to you, Jat. It's nice to see you in the Discord. And then Survivors, we're going to finish off with a very quick overview on the community crunch we covered last night. We know that the countdown is almost over on September 4th. We will be diving into the Aberration Ascended for ARK Survival Ascended and explore fresh new challenges for those with Bob's Tall Tales. The Steampunk Ascent expansion is ready to take you further into the unknown. We got the first look at the Cosmo, kind of like an in-game screenshot of it, showing us how we can sling around like Spider-Man and also fire web shooters through the Cosmo. Obviously, launch date is 4th of September. They said the time is a later in the day US schedule. We'll have more of an accurate time frame on release day. If you are from the UK, the best I can tell you from being from the UK is that sort of schedule for Wildcard would be around about 10 or 11 p.m. UK time. The reason why is because they say it will be the later in the day US schedule. So it could potentially be, it depends, because I think 4 or 5 p.m. In Seattle, where Wildcard are based, is around about 10, 11, 12 in the UK at night. So around about that time is when I'm expecting to see it launch. It'd be nice if we see it at like 9 p.m, but I can't imagine it. They're also doing Aberration official server evolution events for ×2. So there's going to be ×2 for the first 2 weeks of the Aberration launch. As an update on all the projects they've been working on, the AMD frame interpolation is coming on launch, which is really, really exciting. This is working on all platforms across all hardwares. So with the Aberration launch, players can expect to see an approximate 80% performance gain on consoles and PC, assuming they weren't already using frame generation. So this is really exciting. A lot of people are worried that they don't believe that it's actually going to be 80% performance gain, but I guess we'll find out. That's the only way to do it, and I'm looking forward to finding out myself. The Unreal Engine 5.4, the upgrade work is mostly complete. However, we're still putting it through our internal QA processes, as there are a lot of changes that we need to make sure are stable before we can release this out in the wild. We're currently targeting sometime between October 15th and November 15th as the launch window for this update. And what is exactly coming on September 4th? The Aberration Ascended. So there's one big question that's on lots of people's minds, by the way. And apparently, what people are worried about, I don't think it would have been scrapped, but people are worried that the customizable, fully customizable airships have been scrapped, which I don't. Isn't that literally like, would be like false advertisement, right? Because they literally was, but I don't, they haven't said anything on it, and no news is good news, right? Because they go on to say here, Aberration Ascended is more than just a map. It's a complex ecosystem filled with dangers and beauty. Its treacherous landscape of eerie caves and intricate biomes will be yours to explore. Additionally, the free community voted creature, the Yi Ling, will join your ranks. This agile wall-climbing raptor brings a deadly edge to your survival strategy with its razor-sharp quills and ability to adapt to many situations. Bob's Tall Tales will expand once more with the Steampunk Ascent, an expansion that takes you beyond the underground chaos of Aberration and into a world where gears, cogs, and steam power reign supreme, which, you know, is a whole part of what these fully customizable airships were meant to be. This paid expansion is free for all current Bob's Tall Tales owners, offering an exhilarating mix of innovation and adventure. Meet Cosmo, the web-slinging shoulder pet with a knack for getting you out of tight spots, and partner up with the Survivor Mate, your indispensable automaton companion, as you traverse the mechanical marvel of Steampunk Ascent. Whether you're braving the depths or exploring new heights, we cannot wait to see you thrive in this dangerously alluring and unforgiving environment. So, yeah, of course, guys, there is some points where people are saying that, you know, there's been absolutely no news on the fully customizable airships. I personally think, as I said, no news is good news until we're told anything. You know, I really hope it still comes. I hope they don't let us down on that one, because that one was told in the very early days when Bob's Tall Tales was first launched. So I'd love to see it still come. We've got some awesome stuff, but you know, just remember what happened with Scorched Earth. There were many, many things that weren't talked about, and then when it actually launched, we were like, oh wow, we have this, we have that, we have this, we have that. So yeah, I'd say still look forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. So yeah. Anyway, I think that's pretty much all the information to cover for you guys on this Saturday. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your weekend. I cannot wait now for next week is all I'm thinking about. I'm just having a nice weekend, chilling out. I'm actually not going to be playing any ARK over this weekend just because I'm just having some time to chill, play some other games, and then when Wednesday comes along, I will be on the grind. Catch you guys in my next video. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you later.